Oh, now you're going to do that thing where you're going to touch the lens and then we're going to look weird. So it's a bit dirty. That's better.
There you go, and I did it in a way.
How are you all? I'm all dressed up. I'm loose women dressed today. So you're not... I'm a bit dressed up.
I'm going to rip it off later.
Do you like my...
I do actually, I do.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I do. It's very pretty. What are they? Butterflies? Flowers?
Flowers!
Oh,
not flutterbugs, they're flowers!
Almost Keith Haring-esque,
I'm
aren't they?
really cold.
I know, that's bizarre. I'm really hot.
I'm freezing.
Is anyone else hot? What
I
are
put
you
the
where you
fire
are?
on. That's how cold it is.
You put the fire on, you're a weirdo.
No, because I'm freezing.
Sky Elise, hi. April Hill, Raspberry Mojito Girl, Julie Hart, John Dobbins, Cloda Egan, Sonia Donovan, Sarah Fox, Ellery Jones, Lisa Lou, Chelsea Girl, Shelley Silver, Maria S, Lewis Craig, Orange Jams, Ishbel Ality, Stuart G, Nicola Randall, Louisa Hackett. Oh, I think I did well there. I think I did well.
Natasha Tiramonos. I can't do it, it's too fast.
Go on, babe.
I can't.
So Unique, Gabrielle, Dragon Rose, E. Claff, Pauline Allen, Alison Lee Morgan, Faith Goodman, Louise Vanstone, Anya Lynch, Vicky Hugg, NutriSuits, Annie Blue, Ellie Denning, Olivia Pearl's World, Sheila Sturton, Lorraine Eads. There you go.
Good evening, everybody. I'm home. I only just got home so much later than I would normally because we had a huge drama at Loose Women today.
Yeah.
So we were doing the show, we were live, and we were doing we knew we were going to be shooting a pre-record afterwards for when we're all on holiday because we've got 2 weeks break in August. So we're shooting some shows pre-recorded so they can go out while we're all on on break. And our lovely floor manager Jack came up to us just before the last part of the show live and said, "Listen, guys, when we get to the end of the show, you're just going to have to stay in the studio for a couple of minutes. There's a bit of a demonstration outside." And we're like, "Oh, okay," didn't really think about it. Anyway, got to the end of the show and he said, "You have just got to stay in the studio." "Yeah, no, but hang on, we're just going to go to the loo or we're just going to go and get a sandwich." No, you cannot leave the studio." And we're like, "What? What do you mean we can't leave the studio? We can't leave the building. There's a demonstration, but we can't leave the studio." Cut a long story short, basically, you probably know more about what was going on because we weren't getting any information inside.
Well, yes.
But we were all in our individual areas locked in. So locked in Studio One, locked in the offices, we literally were not allowed to step out of wherever we were. Security everywhere. All these people outside, and you could hear like shouting and stuff, and they'd been trying to get in a bash. Then we had police in the building. Honest to God, it felt like the storming of the Capitol.
Yeah, well, it is a bit equivalent.
And it went on for hours. Then eventually, I think it was about 3 hours before they cleared it. We were late recording the second show. And then we had to be taken up by security all up these back stairs and everything. I tried to vlog some of it.
Like Elton John when
but
he's
it was
doing
very
the gig.
chaotic. It was very chaotic to then get up to the office to have our meeting for our second show. Oh my God. I don't know if you saw any of the footage, but they were like,
I saw,
honestly,
not only did I see the
police.
footage, I felt really sorry for the police because they came like a surge that they weren't expecting.
I don't know what they wanted. What did they want?
I'll tell you exactly what they wanted, and this is what makes me laugh about that sector of protest. They wanted to protest against the introduction of potentially of vaccine passports. So they thought it was a great idea to go and knock on the door. That's a kind of a way of describing them hurling themselves at the doors and at the police, knock on the door of BBC News and ITV News. Now, the funniest element of this story is this. The BBC is based just off Regent Street.
That BBC building is now all luxury flats.
It's not a BBC building. And ITV don't record there. They record on the news on Gray's Inn Road. I think, well, they used to. I don't think they do now. So, so they went to the wrong place.
So they went to the wrong place.
Which makes me really
obviously,
laugh.
I was being facetious when I said storming of the Capitol. I don't literally mean it. But when you're inside and you don't know what is happening, and then you look through the glass windows and there's police and there's people smashing up against the window, it was just like,
were there any faces
God.
like this?
Well, they were being very strict with us. We weren't even allowed to look out the window. So I literally got like a flash.
Yeah.
A look at it.
Jimmy Freckles, don't be too lefty. I'm afraid we are. We are a bit lefty.
We're very
But
lefty.
also, we don't like people punching people and smashing things against windows and
No,
stuff like
and
that.
policemen that are just trying to do their job.
Yeah, and if you see the footage, they get right smashed in the faces. And
Yeah.
we have been critical of the Metropolitan Police in many scenarios, but there are sometimes, if we didn't have a police force at all, it would be bedlam out there.
Well, point in fact, today we were all locked behind doors while they were standing in front of those
Yeah.
doors with everyone coming towards
Coming at
them and
them.
grabbing them. I wouldn't have wanted to be at all
Yeah.
in where they were. Have you seen that? You've seen the footage.
I've seen the
sent you
footage, yeah.
some.
But then you sort of see lots of people sort of sitting up. What makes me laugh is that they went to the wrong building.
Idiot.
That really tickles me, but it doesn't tickle me that the police got smashed about and you were all scared and all that kind of stuff.
Well, no, I wouldn't say I was scared. I wasn't scared at any point. I had moments where I thought, is this gonna... We were kind of laughing about it to begin with, but then when we looked out and we saw police and then it seemed to be taking ages to sort anything out. I had a moment of going, God, could this get so big that we don't get out of here tonight? But I wasn't. I was at no point scared because we were completely spoilt and looked after. You know? Is that it?
No. Well, a couple of the anti-vaxxers got inside. One person got inside and placed his note up against the window. I think he got inside and realised there was nothing to go to. Because I kept texting you and saying, what's their end result? Where do they want to get? Do they want to run down the stairs and go to the canteen? Do they want to come into Loose Women and become the audience?
Not our canteen.
Well, no. But I mean, what was their intention?
Look, that's the front of our building.
That's the front, and and anyway, a vlogger uploaded some of the footage. Said official voice protesters try storming the BBC studios at White City, but come up against a heavy police presence. And then someone else said,
look how many of them there are, though. You needed police there.
And look, loads. And then someone else tweeted, has anyone told them that the BBC is no longer there?
I know.
I think that kind of ends the story when you realise they've gone to the wrong place.
Is that another riot?
That's Reuters. I don't know what that is. There's no way of knowing. So that's the BBC.
So that's why I was late.
And that's also the reason that BBC... And also, London has been brought to a standstill by Tower Bridge being stuck in the open position. Which, if you know London, is an absolute disaster. Because even if the impact on every bridge... If one bridge goes down, that's why when Extinction Rebellion did the Waterloo Bridge, it was such a clever strategy in a way, because it totally screwed up London, didn't it, for us drivers? It was just a nightmare. And you begin to realise, as we're about to move on to, that Code Red suddenly makes you feel strangely affectionate towards Extinction Rebellion. I suddenly feel like just blocking off a bridge.
Towards Extinction Rebellion. I mean, the thing is...
No, but there was a point where we felt like they were giving such a negative story that you thought, where's the hope? But in fact, now, every single scientist in 193 countries has signed off on this report.
But why are they only doing that now?
Because they've had to wait.
It's now too late.
They've gathered something like 16,000 scientific reports of evidence, which I think is pretty thorough. So guys, I wanted to ask you a bit of a kind of question, really. Do you feel, given the Code Red scenario, there are fires in Europe, fires in Canada, fires in California, fires in Siberia that aren't getting that much coverage, but my osteopath today said, have you seen the fires in Siberia? Shitting hell. Traditionally a cold environment, eh? Does this story make you want to avoid climate change stuff in the news, or does it make you want to get active? Active or inactive? Does it make you want to get active or inactive? Because I think there's a danger that some people are just going to go, oh, it's too much. I don't know what I can do.
I do think that is a bit of the problem. I mean, even tonight, the Sky News, we're all doomed. You know, I said to Mark, don't they realise people will switch off? You've got to start with, we are in a perilous state, but guess what? We can. We're never going to be able to reverse where we are at the moment. We can't. It's too late. But we could stop it getting worse, and it's got to feel like we have the power to do that.
Well, the problem is, it's a little bit
too hopeless.
It's a little bit like who's going to blink first, isn't it? Because we were just seeing on Sky News, in order to achieve the targets we need to achieve, it's going to cost 50 billion just for the UK every year to get there. And I think lots of economies around the world, especially after COVID, where everyone's on their knees, are going to say to themselves, well, it's all well and good us putting, say Britain put 50 billion into it every year, and China does nothing. Or
But
Russia
this is the
does
problem
nothing.
we keep having. The rest of the
You might
world
as well
keeps
burn
saying
the
we're not
money.
going to do anything because China and Russia aren't doing anything. But we're cutting our own nose off to spite our own face.
Well, no, I would beg to disagree. I'd say China and Russia are cutting our nose off to spite our face. Because even if we put in the effort,
if we don't put in the effort, just because China and Russia aren't, we're all doomed anyway. The whole world. Anyway, this is very cheery.
well, I know, but if you don't, but it's a fact. I mean, lots of people there just said, "I want to get active," but how? Here's one way you can do it: don't eat as much meat, because one of the biggest problems on the planet is the number of cows and cattle.
Farting, methane
Methane from
gas.
farting, and every now and then Nadia farts. She adds to the dilemma.
Could you reduce like your
I don't
meat
eat
eating?
steak anymore.
We don't hardly have any meat, but
no.
if you're having meat, can you just reduce it by 20% just to begin with?
Apparently, it's beginning to happen in the West, isn't it?
Yeah.
But here's the other problem. So things like oat milk, soya milk, almond milk, suddenly it's got
Almond
to
milk is so
such a
bad.
level of consumption, and this is what I'm always banging on about. However healthy another option is, because of the sheer number of people on the planet, it becomes destructive. Do you know what I mean? So even like oat milk is, it's suddenly you're using so much land just to create that. So, one thing I do think should happen is poor old Greta Thunberg should be brought in from the cold, because she was pilloried and she was mocked, wasn't she?
People are still saying today she's a nutter. I don't understand
nutter?
it. I know.
Why is
I
she a
know.
nutter?
Oh, she's a bit extreme. It's like, oh God.
And I think this is the thing. I think one of the things, because of course, if you stop doing certain things, you run the risk of removing an entire part of the economy. For example, mining. I mean, it's a really conflicting one, the miners' strike, the whole kind of removing coal mines. Because on the one hand, they were terrible for the economy, but on the other hand, they were the only source of employment for huge swathes of the North and Wales. And when you remove them, you remove the hopes and aspirations of so many people. Well, it's the same with, like, if you were to just stop eating meat, farmers would be decimated. Livestock in other countries would be decimated. So I think it is about just changing behaviour a bit. So like you say, if you eat 20% less, that might
Yeah, but if you eat 20% less, and then when you do eat meat, you can buy better quality meat, without that intensive farming is better for the planet and the animals and everything, because it's the cheap meat.
Yeah.
It's the cheap meat, they're packing animals together, and all the cruelty that goes along with that is bad for the planet.
Jimmy Freckles says,
I'd
how
prefer
about
to have a
learning how
really-
to put fires out instead of pretending? Are you a climate change denier by any chance? Do you think it really is just I'm just asking, do you really think it is a case of, if we could put the fires out more successfully, we would get control of this?
It's interesting, because we were watching, weren't we, that report of the Yorkshire moors, and where she was saying the fires that are now put out, this integral damage now to the moors, means that it's not a case of just putting it out. It's now undermined the whole area, so that now when you have rain or floods, everything, because those burnt part of the moors can no longer, manage the kind of rainfall.
Well, there's a sort of bioclimate, isn't it? Microclimate.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. Say like the second largest island in Greece, which is now being decimated by fires. Once a fire has run ragged through, raged through the island and everything's burnt down.
You've lost the wildlife.
Yeah, but can you get another fire there? Because there's nothing to burn. I mean, I don't know if anyone saw the footage of that town in
Trouble is,
California.
then if you get a
It's
flood,
quite
you've got
shocking.
nothing to hold back the flood.
Yeah.
Which is happening on the moors.
Someone just said chewing gum is full of plastic. Is chewing gum full? I guess it does. It never dies, does it?
If everyone starts eating veg, says Jackie Vellino, there'll be more farting than the cows.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I have to say, my sister who's a vegan is not pleasant to be around.
Sorry, that is funny, because she does the most enormous farms.
Oh my God, and they've got to be bigger than a cow's.
Yeah. Okay, I just want to talk about anti-vaxxers. Have we got any anti-vaxxers in the room? Let's see. Have we got anyone here who's
Or
anti-vax?
do we have people that are still unsure about this vaccine? You don't have to be an anti-vaxxer to be unsure of this vaccine.
Yeah, I'm not. If you're doubtful, we've talked a lot about this. Sorry,
Yeah.
I assume everyone knows what we talked about.
Yeah, we've got
we
some
don't
new
believe that
people.
if you're querulous or questioning or doubtful that you're an anti-vaxxer.
No,
but
it's
sometimes,
your right to be.
but sometimes people are quite proudly like, yes, I'm an anti-vaxxer. I just wanted to check. because this story will interest you or shock you or worry you, I don't know. This woman in America has been filmed licking everything in a supermarket. She's extremely popular in the anti-vaccine community. And she walked around a supermarket, her name's Jodie Meshuk, licking fridge handles, licking doors, licking trolley handles, licking products, because she wanted to flag up the fact that we need to get germs, we need to...
Well, we do.
Yeah,
It's true.
but do you think you go about it like that?
Well, I mean, she's obviously doing this to get publicity, to get a message out, and it's true. I mean, my big worry is that we have been so protected that we're all going to get really ill from things we wouldn't normally get ill. You know, we are, you know, not us, but so many people, definitely not us, are just clean too much. Like, for a healthy gut, you have to have the microbes. You know, having a dog, having animals is quite good because you build the healthy microbes, being out in the earth, getting your hands in the dirt, kids playing in sand pits, playing in mucky gardens, all that sort of stuff is really important for good gut health.
Yeah.
So I don't have any problem with that.
What, with her going in and licking the door handles?
Well, as long as she's wiping it afterwards, because somebody else shouldn't get her licked.
Hang on, we're buffering. Let me just go to 4G. Should be back. We're back on 4G. We're back on 4G. There we go. I think we're back. Buff, you've gone. Are we back? I think we're back. Come back. Yay, are we back? I think we're back. We're back. Yeah, I agree. I think going about it by licking fridge handles isn't.
I mean, if she's
isn't the way
taking a
to-
Medi-Wipe and then wiping the handle afterwards, because it's not fair on the person that doesn't want her saliva.
Code
But I
red.
think she's trying to get the message out there
Yeah.
that we need to.
Sorry, just someone was just asking what's Code Red. Code Red is the climate change alert report that's
From the
been
United
issued from
Nations.
the United Nations in the last 24 hours. That we're at a Code Red situation. We need to do something urgently about the planet. Okay, well that's fridge. That's why I've got fridge liquor in the title. I do think it's interesting what you say though, because in a sense, the whole thing of getting germs in order to fight germs is the very same philosophy behind a vaccine, isn't it? That uses like with like.
Yeah.
Except with the Pfizer and the other one, was it?
Moderna.
Moderna. They don't. They change the
We
RNA.
still don't have a lot of data on the Moderna.
We don't have any data other than they're going to charge a lot of money and make a lot of money. So there we go. And that's not anti-vax. That's just anti-big
Well, it's
pharma.
interesting because John Campbell was saying the other day, you know, the CDC hasn't yet said that people need another booster. They're $20 a shot. You know, however many million of people, work out how much that is. Of course, they're going to be pushing for a booster, but
Yeah,
we've got to wait. You know, God, sorry, look at the shot of that sea. Where is that?
I know. That's a koala. I'm guessing it's
Oh, it must be
Australia.
Australia.
Ashley Gardner, spark of joy. I've employed a boy who has Asperger's. No one would employ him because of it, and he's absolutely loving it. Yeah, he needs that extra bit of training, but it's about equal opportunities. Well done.
Oh, well
What a
done,
lovely
Ashley.
opportunity there. Alpacas. What do we all make of this alpaca story? We talked about it on the Sunday show, but realised we didn't talk about it on Coffee Moaning yesterday. This poor old alpaca, apparently they were going to march on Downing Street
Today,
with
yeah.
a load of alpacas, and I thought the vision of that would be great, but they decided not to because...
Why?
Well, because they were worried there was going to be a health risk because of this...
For the alpacas?
Yeah, because of this tuberculosis thing. I love an alpaca. When I was filming in Chile, we filmed a 6-marathon epic through the Atacama Desert, and right at the end, all these alpacas just came down a mountain.
lovely.
They're so sweet, but when
I
they're
used to work for
angry,
a guy, he had a whole herd, are they?
Yeah.
Herd of alpacas?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he loved those alpacas.
Maddie's alpaca face is phenomenal. Have you seen it when
they
she
are
does
lovely
it?
animals.
But they spit,
Yeah.
and their teeth are like that. They spit and so
Claire Adley. Sorry, I'm going to look for that now.
So I just wanted to say
You're
the
always asking
story
about that,
around
but
the
I looked at
alpaca
now.
is a woman, I forget her name, has an alpaca that has been tested twice for this tuberculosis. She claims that it has sort of dead
It's been-
cells from it, or dead sort of.
Well, no, it's tested positive.
Tested
But
positive.
she thinks it's because
Yeah.
it's been vaccinated and it's showing traces of the disease. So I've just got to show this to Claire because Claire has asked me lots of times. It's this one, D3 plus K2 from Amazon, and it's called... Oh, what's the name of it?
Vitamin D drops.
So D3 plus K2, look, that's the picture, Claire. D3 plus K2.
Sarah Doolally took an alpaca
And
for a
it's
walk
£13.90.
once. I have a picture of me dressed as a Mexican with an alpaca, says Emma Carter. You must send us that. That must be quite funny to look at. Poor alpaca. Anyway, the alpaca allegedly is in isolation because the government were threatening to kill it with a bolt gun, which obviously the woman isn't happy about. Now, this final story, I think you'll be interested in now. Let's read the title.
Woman sues McDonald's after complaining that a cheeseburger advert was so irresistible it caused her to break her fast during Lent. Oh my God, I've got to sue them for all the times it's forced me to eat one when I'm trying to be good.
What do you think of
Oh,
this?
now I've seen a picture of it. I want it.
What do you think of this? So a woman who broke her religious fast
The
reportedly
world
blamed
has
the McDonald's
gone
burger ad
shit
for the
crazy.
lapse.
Come on.
Senia Ovchinovka
Please
said
tell
she
me
hadn't
she didn't
eaten
win.
meat in a month when the ad made her give in. The Russian is seeking
That's so
$14
funny.
as compensation for sustained moral damage. So she's in Russia, she's suing McDonald's over an advert featuring cheeseburgers and chicken nuggets which made her break her fast.
Oh, that's so funny.
Do you think the world's gone mad?
Yes.
But now, so can everyone that's listening to us sue us? Because we've talked about McDonald's, because it's made
I'm
me
going to
want...
sue you because I want a McDonald's.
Oh, shit.
Can we get one?
Oh, Christ. What do you think, guys? Should we get one? Should we support a multi-billion-pound corporate entity called McDonald's for the sake of just satisfying our gut needs?
We should.
I think we're going to. I think it's happening. And I hope it's going to be delivered by Deliveroo on the back of an alpaca. What about KFC? I haven't had a KFC in ages. What's your favourite sort of fast food?
Makes me feel sick. KFC.
Wendy's? Is it a Wendy's? Do you like
Nah.
Wendy's? No?
Depends what mood I'm in.
Wimpy.
Could be McDonald's or kebab or fish and chips. Fish and chips only once a year, I fancy.
I'm always disappointed by fish and chips.
But when
Always.
you get a good one, God, they're good.
Oh, good one. Now, guys, in case you don't know, Green Fingered Hell and a home time vlog is landing in 7 minutes on the channel. It's a very good one. I think you're going to add this alongside some of your more remarkable ones like Curtain Gate. What was the other gate that we had? Mattress Gate. I think we've got another gate on our hands. And it's courtesy of Nadia's rather fascinating belief in a hack that could go right, might go wrong. Don't give away whether it does or doesn't. But it's a corker, and there's a very funny moment in the middle of it. So do check that out. That is landing in literally 6 minutes from now. So yeah, let's give a shout out to Geronimo the alpaca. Let's hope he doesn't get killed.
We love you, Geronimo.
We love you, Geronimo. So, Guy, hang on. I've got a couple of welcomes to do. Jenny Scam. Jenny Scam.
Jenny Scam, welcome to the family guest area. Jenny Scam.
Jenny Scam. And by the way, guys, if you've liked chatting to us, like we've liked chatting to you, hit the like button.
Just under where we're
Just
sitting.
underneath where we're sitting. And if you
Just hit
can't
it.
see it whilst watching, when you come off, just hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like spending time with you. Show us you like spending time with
us. Now, Laura Johnston, you've joined from America. You're not new. You joined during the week, but you've not had a welcome. So we're going to give you a welcome.
Okay, Laura Johnson.
Laura Johnston, welcome to the family guests.
Laura Johnston, it's so lovely to have you with us.
Laura. There you go. We do that badly. We're meant to do that badly.
We do.
But use it as a ringtone or something. Guys, stay safe.
We love you.
Don't forget to pull your pants up. Always do that, otherwise your trousers fall down.